Hey, good morning, everybody. So, how's everyone doing this morning? Kevin Chan here, 7:30. Oh, no, 7:30. It's 8:30 in the morning. I'm very sorry, right? So, today we are back at building back up the database for the QiMen, right? So we are continuing to build back the 10 deities database, and today we are at the juncture of talking about the Phoenix. So the Phoenix is the twin brother of the Tortoise. So they share the chart half a year, right? So which means that Tortoise will appear half a year and the Phoenix will appear half a year, right? So both of them have this, so which means that if you have Tortoise in your chart, you would not have Phoenix. If you have Phoenix in your chart, you would not have Tortoise. And amazingly, both of them actually have the exact same skill set. It's just that one applied their skill set in a more yin manner. Yin is not good, I just tell you first, and yin is not bad, and the Phoenix is applied in a more yang manner, right? So that's the only difference between both of them, and both of them command almost the same characteristic, which is having a very strong influence to other people's mental state, right? So hello Peppo, how are you doing? Hello GB, hello Winnie, hello Katerina, right? So good morning to all of you who have joined me today, right? So today is the Wednesday, right? So it's Wednesday, middle of the week, right? So hello Jeannie, how are you doing? Hello Kiseng, right? So very happy to see all of you starting to pop in already, right? So let's continue and talk about this QiMen deities, right? So QiMen deities of the Phoenix. As usual, getting in touch with me, you either PM me through the Telegram, so you can join the Telegram channel. You want to download stuff, go there, or you just want to read some text, right? So some forecast type of text, right? So please go and join the Substack, right? So which is a newsletter, right? So newsletter, you put in your email, anything that I publish in the newsletter, it will send to you, right? So, and of course, also the community channel, which is a Facebook page, by the way, right? So go to the community channel. You got anything you want to post, you want to source some public assistance, this is where you're going to go. So you see other people coming in and give you some feedback as well on whatever that you're currently practicing, anything that you are not very well versed, right? So please go in there and what we call post the thing that you want to post, right? Hello Edward, good morning to you, right? So this is a QiMen chart. If you don't have a QiMen chart, no access to a QiMen chart, you can go Typing Astro. You can use the one that is available in Typing Astro, right? So QiMen chart is nothing more than a divination tool. So that one we have already covered a few times already, right? So in different version on how to basically use a QiMen chart, under what circumstances a QiMen chart is good to be used, right? So in a QiMen chart, there's 4 components in every box. So you have the deities, you have the doors, you have the stars, and also you have the stamp, right? So all these give you different information. So when you combine the information together in conjunction with the location of the information and whatever query that you have, it assists you in telling you what is the answer of the activity that you're going to perform, whether you're going to knock the wall or not. Right, so this is a QiMen chart, right? So 4 component, pretty easy, right? So just now told you already, the 4 actual component is 8 doors, which we have covered 7 of them. And I'm very sure that I've already covered Theodore, but I also don't know where is the video, right? So, but never mind, we will reproduce the video once I finish with the 10 deities, and we'll jump back to the 8 doors and finish the door. Then we go into the 9 stars, right? So now, right now we are doing the 10 deities, which half of them is done already. The last one that we do is the Tortoise. So right now we're going to talk about the Phoenix, right? So Edward here, right? But why Phoenix in my chart? Thanks, huh? Now I know why no Phoenix. Yeah, all right. So Phoenix, Tortoise, Phoenix, Hawk, Tiger are twin, right? Hawk and Tiger is twin. So Hawk and Tiger also is the same. You got Hawk, you got no Tiger. You got Tiger, you got no Hawk. Right? So you got Tortoise, you got no Phoenix. You got Phoenix, you got no Tortoise. Now it doesn't mean that you don't have the ability, because the Phoenix and the Tortoise, their ability is the same. They have the exact same ability, which is the great ability of augmenting somebody's mental vibration, right? So it's just that Tortoise uses the very yin method, and then Phoenix uses the very yang method. Right, come, let's go in and take a look at the Phoenix, right? So the Phoenix, easiest for you to understanding is basically the given the ability of speeches, right, is to command people, right? So now you see when Tortoise uses subtle influence method to influence you to do something, Phoenix couldn't be bothered. Phoenix tell you what to do, it basically commands you what to do, right? So more all of this, you know, so we can see that Phoenix is usually the most noisy fella lah. Right, so if you have a Phoenix in your chart, usually you are a little bit more noisier, right? So if you have a Tortoise in your chart, usually you are a little bit more subtle. So which is more dangerous? I don't know, right? So you see, Tortoise is not good at mass control. Tortoise is good at one-to-one small group control, whereas Phoenix is very strong at mass control. So who can do more damage? Right, so Phoenix got what we call potential to become, you know, those kind of cult-like thingy, right? Because, you know, the fella can give big speeches, right? Can make big promises, right? So that is the core of it, right? So the speech is just a medium to be used to influence, control, augment the crowd. Same thing also with the Tortoise. Tortoise also does the same thing. It controls, it augments, it changes the subject that's in front of it. Right, so you have a Phoenix in your career palace. Let's say you got Phoenix in your career palace. In your career, you should take up a position whereby you are having the ability to, you know, give some speech, right? So you do that, or, you know, you go and approach career that value presentation, then you have a bit of an advantage over other people, right? We're just talking about advantage over other people. Now all these things need to be trained on. I give you the thing doesn't mean, you know, it's like I give you the ingredient to do something, you don't, you know, you don't go and fix it up also. No, it's like IKEA's furniture. You buy already, right? The furniture come in boxes or whatever it is, right? You don't assemble it, right? No use one. Furniture cannot use. Understand or not? Same thing if it's given to you, right? So this is basically Phoenix. If you have it inside your chart, the chances of you developing it is actually much more easier, higher, and faster. Right? That's all near pretty simple. It's so true, right? Your boss is Phoenix in her destiny chart, and her influence, control, and command is crazy. Yeah. Right, but again, it need to be developed. It need to be developed. It's not something that given to you, then suddenly you go like, ooh, you know, I got this. No, you go develop it, it will be faster. So you can see that if you take the Phoenix and the Tortoise, right? So both are very good at controlling, but in a very different manner. So Tortoise usually do things in a subtle manner. So you usually say that, you know, it's a bit more underwater type of thingy. Whereas Phoenix is more obvious on top. You know, Phoenix is, you know, willing to stand out and do, right? So both of them can direct people to the negative side, both of them can direct people to the positive side. Both of them can do both of it. It's not that, you know, Tortoise is evil. Their labels as being evil is because, again, Tortoise do things a bit more dodgy, whereas Phoenix do things is a little bit more on the outside. But anyway, in the QiMen system, both of them are labeled as negative. Because why? Again, in the olden day, they don't like people who you know, try to whatever change stuff no, they don't like it, right? So they don't like. Today, no difference, right? So today, if you don't make yourself stand out, you die. Pretty simple. Especially Tortoise in Health Palace, nothing much. Tortoise in Health Palace, right? Might have a bit of a mental issue if you if you want to be a bit on the negative side, might be a bit slight, you know, right? So now, if you have Phoenix, if you have Phoenix inside your chart, right? So be very careful with how you speak. Yeah, you know, Phoenix in the olden day is the person who is able to do curses, right? So yeah, you know, curse, right? So, you know, those people who can, you know, right, do fujiang, you know, do curses, you know, all those kind of those are, you know, Phoenix. You need to have Phoenix inside your chart to be able to do this sort of stuff, right? The one that do prayer to God, you know, all those kind of stuff there, you know, right? So you need a Phoenix there, right? So no Phoenix, very difficult to do that particular, right? So if you take a look at characteristic, you know, first of all, you know, Phoenix is gifted with the oratory part of stuff, right? So oratory part of stuff, right? So Phoenix is in no way afraid of crowd, right? So no afraid of crowd, no way, right? So it's in this sort of situation that Phoenix actually thrive. So that's why if you have Phoenix, you might want to purposely push yourself into an area whereby you are thriving, right? So the entire idea of analyzing anything at all in Chinese metaphysics is to find out under what circumstance do I have an advantage. and I will move myself to that particular circumstance. Same thing, your feng shui is same application, 八字 same application, QiMen same application. Like QiMen, when you do any question is asking thing, right? You're asking the essential same question, which is, if I execute this right now, at this current moment, at this current place, would I have an advantage over the other party? That's all you are asking. If the answer is yes, these are the advantages you have over the other party, then it's good to execute. If you say that no, you don't have any advantage, change your approach. That's all. Right? The energy just tells you that at this current moment, your plan sucks. Change your plan, right? Change your plan, you get a new chart, right? So so if you are talking about things, right? So if let's say that you are doing a forecast and it happened to land on a phoenix box, right? So that the circumstance right now required quite a lot of speeches, right? So speeches would actually goes into this particular thing called negotiation, right? Negotiation means two ways lah. One way is a speech, two ways is a negotiation, right? So phoenix has a very strong command when it comes to negotiation, right? Now it's not the type of negotiation that normally happen, right? So this is the type of negotiation that is on top of the table and usually very noisy. Everybody know this sort of negotiation. It's basically very high powered, high pressure type of negotiation, right? So very usually very large scale type of negotiation, right? So it's this particular type of things that is doing, right? So whereas if you are talking about the twin, which is the tortoise would want to go to a quiet corner, right? We're going to go quiet corner, talk to you, So tortoise don't want to be seen. Whereas Phoenix want everybody to see me negotiating. So Phoenix want to dominate. Whereas Tortoise would try to be as subtle as possible. Right. So again, the question, who is more dangerous? Don't know lah, up to you lah, right? Up to you and how you see things lah, right? So some people is just too afraid of getting exposed, then maybe tortoise way of doing things is better, right? For those of you who are not afraid of getting exposed then phoenix way of doing things is actually better, right? No good no bad one, right? So which means that if you take a look at the QiMen chart, there's half a year whereby you should do things in a more subtle manner. There's half a year whereby you can bring everything out on top of the table to solve the problem. Make sense or not? Right, either way you are doing same thing, right? Either way you are doing same thing. You are trying to influence the other party into you want to say succumb to your circumstance or convince them to your circumstance, doesn't matter, right? So it's to me it's actually the same thing. It's just the application wise is different. Again, they are no good no bad, please. When you approach any of the deities, any of the door, any of the stars from right now, please do not have a this is good, this is bad, because if you have this is good, this is bad, your reading becomes skew one-sided and your solution become very stuck, right? Your solution become very stuck. Like for example, if your current what we call question or your current query is have a phoenix there, it is really a shouting competition. Now, not necessarily a shouting competition, which means that there is a lot of things that you need to voice things out. So if you are the type of people who cannot voice things out, then what happens? Catch somebody who has the ability to voice things out, or you learn. There's only two ways of solving problem. Is either one, you get someone else to do it, or you go and learn up the skill set. The difference is once you learn up the skill set is always with you. If you ask somebody to go and do, you will never learn the skill set. Right? One required time to learn, another one required money to buy. Either way is a solution. It's up to you, right? Either way is a solution. So there's no like good thing, bad thing about this, right? So now Phoenix, of course, the bad thing is that you put everything onto table. Very difficult to turn backward. Whereas tortoise, everything is not on the table, it's easy to run away, right? So Phoenix is in your reputation palace. Good lah, Phoenix in reputation palace, people knows you, right? People knows you, right? So now question is, how do you use the thing, right? So you can gain good reputation, you also can get bad reputation, right? So going viral is both way. There's negative way of going viral, there's positive way of going viral. I think this one everybody understands. So there's no such thing as absolute good, absolute bad. So that's why people when I ask, is this good or is this bad, right? Depend on the circumstance and depend on how far are you willing to go, depend on your knowledge, your skill set, depend on your execution. right? There's no such thing as good and bad, you know. So given you the best situation, right? So like, you know, I give you the best car in the world. You don't even have driving license. You don't even know how to drive a car. You will die. It's simple as that, right? Giving you the most crap car at all. If you are Lewis Hamilton, you will probably drive better than me. How to access red phoenix energy in the second half of the year if I don't have it in my natal chart? Stacy, don't have in the natal chart, then, you know, don't bother with you using the phoenix. You use your tortoise. Use your tortoise to influence people. In the end, it's just people influential skill only. It's just that you're not adapted at, you know, public mass blasting. You're not a machine gun. Right. That's it. You're not a machine gun, then you use the non-machine gun method. You know, the entire idea is to convince the other party to your side, ma. You know, whether you are using the yin method or the yang method doesn't matter, right? Understand or not? The objective matter, right? So that's why if you don't have that particular thing, don't do that thing. That's all. Why you need to be so, right? So I don't have phoenix, I only have tortoise light, right? So like behind door solving rather than on the table. Yeah, lor. Right? Tortoise mean hiding. Tortoise mean, you know, doing things which is in a more hidden manner, right? So if you do things in a more hidden manner, your perforay of a two set become bigger. When you're doing things up on the open, your perforay of a two set becomes smaller. Yeah, right? When everybody is looking at you, there's only so far you can push, you know. There's only so far you can push. When nobody is looking at you, you know, you can do whatever you want. So again, right, do you call that evil? Do you call this good? Do you call this good? Do you call it evil? Actually, none. It's just a way of getting things done. Tortoise always dodgy, phoenix always loud. I notice on people. Yeah, correct. That's the difference. But both of them are achieving the same thing. One is, you know, again, subtle influence of the other person. Another one is obvious. So sometimes if you talk to phoenix, right, you end up getting scolded. It looked like the fella is scolding you. It look like lah, right? Phoenix loud ma, right? Loud, you know, it's look like the fella is scolding you. Whereas tortoise will not do that, right? Tortoise seems to display a higher level of compassion. You want phoenix a bit lesser level of compassion, right? So again, both of them will do the same thing, right? Both of them will do the same thing. So I don't know which type of advice or whatever it is, right? So which means that, you know, if let's say that two fella and the fella is trying to make sure that you don't hit yourself on the wall, the phoenix will slowly convince you, right? So slowly or subtly convince you, whereas the phoenix will scold the hell out of you. Like some people is like, oh, you know, my emotion need to be protected, you know, you have to be subtle, you know. Like for me, you know, me is a phoenix, 6 stars or more. I'll scold the hell out of you. I'll scold the hell out of you. You still don't listen, you bump your head in it, you know. Forever in your life, every time I see you, I'll bring up this particular incident to make sure that you freaking suffer. So the next time I say something, you don't listen, you know, you die. Simple enough, you know. Tortoise won't do that. Tortoise won't do that in public, right? Tortoise will not do that. So tortoise, you know, is the type that, you know, will probably go to your ear and tell you, you know, you threaten you. Subtle way, you know, you remember the time you did this, you know, so if you don't listen to me, right, you know, I'll get everybody to know about it. Phoenix, no need to do anything. I'll confirm to let everybody know about it, right? So, you know, if you don't want this particular thing to repeat itself, you better listen. That's all. Simple, man. Right? It's true, right? Curse from Phoenix come. Right, so what we got? Is it true that curse from Phoenix come true? This one you need to understand that your brain, so again, your brain do not have the mechanism to differentiate between real and fake. Your brain, it doesn't differentiate between real and fake. So that's why when you watch a movie, you watch adventure movie, you know, you watch love movie, you know, when you see the two fella coming together, you know it's fake one, right? It's movie, you know it's fake one, but when the two fella come together in the end, you know, oh, true love. Why your brain so stupid, one? Right? No, when you see adventure movie, you know, when the hero won over the evil that time, wow, you know, this is like epic victory, but you know it's fake one. You know the entire script is written in such a way that the bad guy will always lose, no matter what the bad guy do. Because why? The movie needs to be presented in such a way that, you know, the good guy win. You know that. But when you watch it that time, you know, it's like, oh, you feel the heroic. Because why? Your brain don't know. Right? Also, same thing, I know that particular experiment that people does. Do not think about a pink elephant standing on a ball. I see, I tell you do not to do, right? Every single person will go and do it. So what happens is that your brain is lacking of that. So when people tell you something, your brain actually accept it as true. Okay? And because lack of other command inside your brain, you would actually execute that one command that was given to you. It's that simple, huh? Right? Because your brain got no other command and your brain is looking for direction, guidance, and you yourself very weak, no guidance in yourself. Any command that come out from another person, it's just that Phoenix has a very higher chances of telling you stuff. Telling you how to do things, telling you what to do, telling. Sometimes Phoenix can be very fun one. Yep. Phoenix is very fun. Very fun. It means very naggy. Yeah, Phoenix fella is very naggy. Alright. That's how it basically works. So nagging people is also part of a negotiation, right? Yeah, negotiation means two person talking to each other. So if you're negotiating with a Phoenix, they would have more thing to say than you. They would have more thing to say than you. It's just pretty simple, right? So that Phoenix is very, very good at, you know, this particular thing called building mantra, right? So again, in the olden day, they are the person who designed curses. Right, curses, worship to God. So that's why Phoenix, if the Phoenix is functional, the fella very easy become a public figure, public leader, cult thingy. Your boss is Phoenix and Yeatwood, right? That's why her sales pitch campaign. Yeah, correct. So Yeatwood has a uncanny ability to bind people together. Because Yeatwood very flexible. Yeatwood is super flexible, really super flexible. If in this situation need to be like this, she will be like this. So Yeatwood combined with Phoenix mean that she know how to change her speech when you see different people. Right? Some stubborn Phoenix doesn't know how to change speeches. Like, you know, like for example, if you're a Keng metal Phoenix, a bit more difficult, right? But the thing that you are saying is more powerful though. Right, more powerful, no, more firm, right? So more firm, right? So it's all this, right? So now, right? So people who have very strong Phoenix one is very good at building mantra, right? So the entire idea of, let's say, doing manifestation, the one that you guys like on the manifestation, right? So again, the idea of manifestation is very easy. It's actually to command your brain to access information that your brain already have, right? So a lot of time I tell people that people think that the brain is there to make you smart, but no, the brain is there to make you dumb. All right, the prime directive of the brain is actually to shut down all the information that is coming bombarded towards you. So you guys know that we all human can only see a certain range of colors. We only hear a certain range of sound. So which means there are other sound, other colors, you know, like dog, bird, they all have different wavelength when it comes to it, right? So why is that limiting to that instead of giving you the full spectrum? You go crazy. It's just simple as that. So your brain is there to block everything, but it still store everything inside. Everything should go to you. So when you do a mantra, when you do a manifestation, whatever, you're actually commanding your brain that, you know, hey brain, can you just release this information? I need you to release this group of information that, you know, you have already received. Release it to me so that, you know, I can do something about it. That's basically what manifestation is. There's actually not much of a magic that's been done, right? So your positive thinking or whatever it is that. So Phoenix can very clearly articulate the mantra out, which allow your brain to actually merge faster. Tortoise does the same. But Tortoise, instead of directly telling you the thing, they hint left and right. So that's why Tortoise has a great thing is that, you know, Tortoise can make you feel bigger. Phoenix cannot. Tortoise can make you feel bigger. So which means that because Tortoise somehow, because it's guess, hint, right? You actually have the impression that this thing actually come from me. Ooh. Right? That's the, you know, subtle influencing. Whereas Phoenix, straight away tells you. But Phoenix is very good at, if Phoenix is to encourage you, you really feel very encouraged by the Phoenix. If the Phoenix were to put you down, you really feel very put down by Phoenix. So, dear Phoenix, please choose your word nicely. Right, again, Phoenix can do much more bigger crowd damage than Tortoise would ever be able to do, but Tortoise will be able to do much worse personal damage than Phoenix will be able to do. Simplistic as that, right? But both of them does the same thing, which is mental, or call the internal augmentation of the situation. They does both the same. So you really need to take a look at situation, which one uses better. So that again, the question is not that I don't have that, then it's like I can't do. The thing is, you need to put yourself in a situation whereby you are in an advantage. So if Tortoise is your primary energy, then please don't go and challenge public debate. You want debate, pull somebody to the side, talk slowly. Right? If you're Phoenix, you can take the thing of blasting this onto the public, and most likely you will get public support, and the fella will get beaten up by public. You don't even need to do anything. That's basically the greatness about being a Phoenix. Yeah, right. Both of them also know how to subtly murder people. Chế tâu sát人 borrow knife to kill people. Chinese saying. Right, so the what we call the Phoenix basically is that's the thief. Everybody attack them. Right, Phoenix does that. Right, Phoenix has the uncanny ability of doing this sort of stuff. Right, so now in terms of manifestation, right, so you need to learn how to build eloquency for yourself. Now this one, the what we call the deity itself doesn't cover this building eloquency, right? So it's like choice of word, which word you want to use is really up to you. The deity doesn't, right? Again, right, negative, positive is up to you. But a lot of time, the bad thing is that we all are more negative based people. Now everybody is negative based people, because why? From long time ago, survival is very important. So that's why development of selfishness, right, it's actually very strong. So we are not selfless one, we are selfish one. Right, so from the first thing that we need to murder another life to extend our life, you already know that we are selfish. Right, so we put ourselves above other animal. Yeah, we are not selfless. If we are selfless, then it's like, no, I die, no food eat, never mind, you must live. Right, so long time ago we already understand that I want to live, I need to eat, I'll eat you. Okay. Right, so that's basically, so how you choose what word to use, right? So if you are Phoenix, I would really encourage you to please improve your vocabulary. Yep, vocabulary improvement, right? Try to choose word, right? So the entire idea of changing word around, quite apply to Phoenix. Quite apply to Phoenix. If you have Phoenix inside your chart, then you do all this word changing, right? So Tortoise also is the same. Tortoise also is the same, right? So it's exactly the same thing for both of them, right? It's just that again, right? So understand that word have profound controls over others. You need to understand that, and word have overly powerful, profound control over yourself. Please do not curse yourself if you have Phoenix. Yeah, especially the entire thing of the Asia mentality of trying to be humble. Aya, you are so smart. No lah, I'm not smart. You see, you get more stupid. Yeah, you're Phoenix, you're cursing yourself. Oh, look like your life is so wondrous. No, my life is very poor. Very soon your life will be very poor. Okay, please do not ever curse yourself if you are Phoenix. Understand, very dangerous, right? So it's very dangerous, if you're a Phoenix, that you start to curse yourself, especially you have a Phoenix chief combination. Right, that would be like ultimate dangerous. Please change a bit, right? So right, so ask for the right word to say, right? So which means that, right? So if you are Phoenix, it's actually really about how you present things, talk things out with people. Right, so with the combination of correct wording. When I say the wording is correct, doesn't necessarily need to be nice. Just tell you first. It doesn't necessarily need to be clean. Right, you can basically, have some profanity inside. Is fine. Right, no, nothing other. Profanity doesn't really have meaning, in conversation. In conversation, profanity do not really have meaning. Right, meaning is different in the contextual of talking to people. No, profanity is like exclamation mark, so it doesn't really do much, right? So it's like that. Then know that the things that you talk when you talk to people, the things that you talk really impact the other person. So as much as possible, try to be as encouraging as possible. Try to direct people to the direction that you need with the most gentlest, right? So no, but of course, like in an emergency situation, then Phoenix also has the strong ability to command people to move in one direction. See, you move the person to the negative or the positive direction is still a direction to QiMen. No different. Okay, right? So ask for the right word to say, right? So it's things like that, right? So Phoenix is basically very, very things, right? So if you want, it's really just like a prompter on Phoenix. It's just like a speech prompter, right? So you just need to know how to write the speech in a proper manner, and then you just read from the prompter, right? So if you are doing manifestation, if you are Phoenix, you need to read things out loud, right? If you're Tortoise, no need, right? Tortoise can just do mental film, right? So Phoenix, you need to read out the script loud, right? Talk to yourself, right? So Phoenix need to learn how to talk to yourself, right, in a positive manner, right? Pretty much quite okay, right? So right now you guys know how to use Phoenix, right? Stacy, right, would hosting live YouTube session on Hero, Scenery Door, and Red Phoenix. Hero, Scenery Door really have a higher chance of going viral. Use Phoenix. Yes and no is the answer, Stacy. It will work better on an actual stage because you can control the direction of the stage. YouTube video doesn't really subject to directional energy. Okay, YouTube video don't subject to directional energy. Can right? So boss can make and break a person. Right? So Stacy is depend. If you're on a open stage, then you can basically back your what we call your Hero, Scenery Door, and Red Phoenix. Just happen to have you can direct your stage there. That particular session would work better to the crowd. Right? So whereas YouTube is a very different ball game because YouTube generally doesn't really have a direction. Okay, your direction is not controlling anybody, right? The transmission doesn't really encompass the energy, right? So, and the other person who is watching can be in any different direction, and also right, the time that it broadcasts could be a bit different, right? So it's very complicated, not as that. So of course, just to keep people happy, you can say, yes lah, can lah. Some people will do that, I won't lah. Right, so again, right, so I couldn't be bothered with this sort of stuff. Some people just want to make people happy. So yeah, you can get rich. All right. So please, if you are Phoenix, don't curse yourself. Try not to curse people. Try not to. I know it's difficult. Right. Okay, that's it, right? So that's it for you for this particular session, right? So one more done, then another 3 more to go, then we go back to Theodore, then we go back to the 9-star, right? So then that should basically conclude all the required for achievement, right? So then we will go into some reading so that you get a bit more familiar with it. All right, that's it, guys. See you all.